Horizon Forbidden West has dropped a brand new trailer and it showcased some of the creatures, or at least again just highlights just how pretty this game is. The video is called Machines of the Forbidden West and it showcases like beautiful scenic beaches and all the wonderful water and the lush environments. My only regret is the trailer isn't in 4K, so I don't really think it kind of showcases just how beautiful the world is that we're looking at. With the prevalence of open world games, one of the things that really needs to be grasped is the fact that when you're part of that world, you need to feel like you're actually in a living system, that it is bustling, there is actually life to it, and not just having open space for the sake of having open space. And this doesn't necessarily mean that it has to have hundreds of AI running all over the place. This can be done through the geography and environment. And Forbidden West just does this, from the way that the water just ripples against the seashore, the way that the foliage attaches to the cliffs, and even the wind just blowing through the environment, making all those wonderful kind of seaside noises that you associate with a water edge landscape. We've seen a little bit of the underwater environment. I'm still not sure what the creatures are underneath. They look like plesiosaurs, but then again I have a look and they don't have fins, they've actually got feet, so they could be just giant alligators. Either way, they look really good, and again highlighting the audio, it just feels like you have your head underwater when looking at them. They also showed some of the scavengers as well, and I'm really bad at discerning what these creatures are meant to be. I thought, oh look, it's a small tiger cub, and then having a second look, I think, oh well, is it a monkey? But I can't get tied up into it too much because they looked absolutely terrifying and again really cool. We've seen some of the pterodactyl-esque creatures as well, and the flocks and the movement and the way that they kind of glide through the air. And I gotta say, the design team for these animals is absolutely incredible. I refuse to believe that they just didn't go away and do tons of research on each of these like groups of animals and their migration patterns and the way they interact together, because aside from the fact that they're robotic, they have exactly the same behaviors of real living animals. It almost feels like you're watching a BBC documentary but with robotic animals. My personal favourite out of all the animals that they did showcase, however, has to be the armadillo with the plates that are retractable. I thought it might have been a porcupine at first, but given the fact that they are armor plates and the way that it rolls around, I'm going to put 2 and 2 and hopefully get 4 on this one. One of the big bads and the fan favourites I think so far has to be the cobra, however, moving through the new desert biome. It just looks really cool. They've got the body imagery absolutely perfect and the thing looks absolutely terrifying. There is no doubt in my mind's eye that this is going to be some sort of big boss at some given point. The other thing that I really like about all the new creatures as well is that they've put these beautiful glowing points to them that kind of really highlight kind of the menacing elements of them. So on the cobra, the fans of its neck, for example, are all glowing, and then if you have a look at the segments, you can see the glowing pipes in between. They also showcase some of the mounts as well, which we've seen a little bit before in some of the trailers, but we got to see some more elephant footage as well, or the mammoth. Personally, I think they've been based on the Oliphaunts from Lord of the Rings, which are the kind of like the big multi-horned creatures you see the orcs riding. And in fact, the more I think about it, they are based on the Oliphaunts from Lord of the Rings, with everyone riding on their back. It also gave you a brief showcase of kind of like the EMP electrical stomp. And again, it just highlighted the huge sense of scale that you get with Forbidden West. Everything feels 10 times larger and more dangerous and more deadly, that humans are no longer on top of the food chain, and you feel very ant-like. Aside that, there isn't much more to take away from this apart from just blaze in its beautiful glory and get an idea of how good looking the biomes feel. I personally cannot wait to get my hands on this because I really want to give it a side-to-side comparison to Ghost of Tsushima, because in terms of just PlayStation titles and even all titles, I think at the current moment they both hold the torch when it comes to creating beautiful, magnificent landscapes. Anyway, I can't wait to play this. Let me know what you thought of the trailer, which was your favourite animal. I'll be back with more news soon, and I hope you all have a great week.